Maye Musk wasn't born into fame or fortune. She was born in Canada, raised in South Africa, and from a young age knew what it meant to work hard. By 15, she was modeling, not for glamour, but to survive. She was smart, too. She earned degrees in dietetics and nutritional science. On paper, it looked like she had her life figured out. But behind that paper was pain. In her 20s, she married Elon Musk. They had 3 children, Elon, Kimbal, and Tosca. At first, it seemed like the perfect family. But their home wasn't filled with peace. It was filled with fear. Maye endured years of emotional abuse. She was silenced, controlled, and isolated. The breaking point wasn't loud. It was quiet. One day, she packed her things, took her 3 kids, and left. No lawyers, no financial support, no plan. Just a deep, burning truth inside her. Her children deserved better. Most people would have broken. She didn't. She walked away from everything except the one thing that mattered most, being a mother. And from that moment on, every step she took was for them. Maye Musk didn't just start over. She started from nothing. No house, no savings, no partner. Just 3 kids and a rented apartment. Some nights, she didn't know how she'd feed them. But they never saw her panic. She didn't let them. Instead, she worked, relentlessly. She juggled 5 jobs at once. By day, she modeled. In the afternoons, she gave nutrition consultations. At night, she lectured. And in between, she cleaned offices to keep the lights on. There were moments she went to bed hungry, so her kids didn't have to. No one applauded. No one offered help. She didn't expect it. In her world, asking for help wasn't an option. Showing up anyway was. Her children watched it all. Elon saw her reading late into the night, finishing research papers. Kimbal saw her skipping meals so they'd have enough. Tosca watched her dress up for clients while holding back tears. Maye didn't shield them from the struggle. She lived it in front of them, not to make them feel guilty, but to show them what resilience looks like. This wasn't just survival, it was education, and they were learning from a master. In that small, worn-down apartment, Maye Musk was doing more than surviving. She was shaping futures. Elon, the oldest, was different from the start. He barely spoke, but read everything he could find. At age 10, he was devouring encyclopedias. At 12, he built and sold his first video game. Maye didn't fully understand what he was doing on the computer, but she knew better than to stop him. If it excites him, she thought, let him go further. Kimbal was curious in a different way. He loved food, people, and business. He talked about opening restaurants long before most kids could cook. Maye let him experiment. She gave him space, even when the kitchen was a mess and the groceries were running low. Tosca, the youngest, had a deep love for stories and performance. She was emotional, expressive, and drawn to cinema like it was a calling. Maye encouraged that too. She didn't push them toward safe careers. She gave them freedom because she knew their minds didn't fit into boxes. She couldn't give them money, but she gave them something better. belief. She treated each of their dreams like they were valid, real, worth protecting. In that cramped space, she wasn't raising kids. She was raising visionaries. When Elon was 17, he told his mother he wanted to leave South Africa. He didn't just want a better life. He wanted to build a better world. Maye didn't stop him. She didn't guilt him into staying. She helped him pack, helped him apply for Canadian citizenship, gave him what little money she had. No drama, no speeches, just, if this is what you believe in, go. She followed later, rebuilding her life in Canada with nothing but her degrees and willpower. Again, she worked non-stop, teaching, counseling, modeling on the side. When Elon moved to the US for school and startups, she backed him, not with money, but with faith. When Kimbal joined Elon in their first company, she supported them both, cheering them on, even as bills piled up. When Tosca went to film school, people told her it was a waste of time. Not Maye. She said, "You don't need permission to create." She treated each child's passion like it was serious business, not hobbies, not phases, real work. That's what Maye understood better than most. Sometimes being a great parent doesn't mean holding on. It means letting go and trusting the fire you've already lit will carry them further than fear ever could. Elon launched Zip2, then X.com, then PayPal. Each time he succeeded, he didn't slow down. He pushed further. Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink. He wasn't chasing wealth. He was chasing impact. Kimbal, meanwhile, created his own path, combining food, farming, and social good. He opened restaurants, then launched initiatives to bring healthy food to schools and communities. Tosca became a filmmaker, founding Passionflix, a streaming platform focused on love stories made for women by women. And Maye? She didn't fade into the background. At 60, she reignited her modeling career. At 69, she became a cover girl. She walked fashion weeks. She gave talks. She stood on red carpets, not as someone's mother, but as a woman who had rebuilt herself again and again until the world finally took notice. Not for being connected, but for being unbreakable. Success didn't come to her like a gift. She built it with her bare hands, one exhausted day at a time. And when her children were finally thriving, she didn't retire. She rose. Because she'd never been just the woman behind great men. She was one of them. Today, Elon Musk is the richest man on Earth. Kimbal sits on the board of Tesla and runs multiple food ventures. Tosca is a successful director and producer. But ask any of them who shaped their lives the most, and they'll say one name: Maye. They're not just successful, they're close. Elon often shares how his mother's strength made him who he is. He flies her out to launches, red carpets, and events, not just as a guest, but as an equal. Kimbal says she was the first investor who mattered. Tosca calls her the reason she never gave up on storytelling. And Maye? She never demanded credit, never played the look at me role. She showed up, did the work, and let the results speak. She's elegant, sharp, still working, still modeling, still speaking around the world. But what sets her apart isn't her career or even her kids. It's her quiet force, the kind that doesn't shout, but never breaks. She didn't just survive life. She shaped it. And she didn't just raise children. She raised leaders, visionaries, builders.